Meet Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Hello and welcome to the inaugural Neat Dan and Mark podcast.
Inaugural?
Inaugural.
It
That's
means
yearly.
first. No, it means first.
No, it means first.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
All right.
So this is
I'll
kind of
just
how our
step
show
back.
works. It's pretty much an argument on air between three people. I'll just explain who we are. So obviously we've got Neat over there.
Hello.
We got Mark over there.
Hello.
And I'm Dan. So if you don't know, I'm the funny one. I'm the smart one. I'm the pretty one. Mark is the button pushing one. And Anita is the girl one. And that's how the show works.
That's how it works.
Not right. That's not right.
Don't agree with me, Anita. It's not true.
Oh, no. I think that's exactly how it works.
Pretty though.
Oh, come on.
Pretty.
I don't know. Like, it's
Dan
just
can be pretty if he wants to be pretty.
a word I've never used to describe you.
That's kind of actually a good thing, though. Oh, he's so pretty. So you can listen to our show live on 101 FM, Friday night, 7 till 10. Although if you don't live in Logan, which is where we're based, you can listen on TuneIn. But we've got a lot of fun segments. Anita does some very interesting goss.
Yeah. Let's go with interesting, shall we?
Equally as interesting is Mark's Nerd News.
Bit better.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't want to fight you over it, but I would.
What we do fight over, though, is trivia. So it's not really called trivia, though.
No, it's
Who
who
won-
wants to be a questionnaire.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. I
Yeah.
came up with the title, which I thought was a brilliant title.
Your
No,
defense,
see, I
it's a
know-
great title.
I know the title, but every time I look at you when I go to say it, I get the look of you're going to get it wrong.
Well, you did get it wrong.
No.
It's Who Wants to Play a
Oh,
Questionnaire.
there you go.
Yeah, and
See? You
that
put me on
is
the
why
spot.
it gets shortened to trivia.
Yeah, exactly. I did have another idea, which was a pun on Deal or No Deal, but I forget it, so it wasn't as good. And then we have 5 Things, where it's actually has another name as well. It's called 5 Things I Learned from the Internet this week. And that's pretty much all it is. And finally, Would You Rather, which is just Would You Rather questions, because everyone loves some of those. We just thought we'd like to introduce ourselves in this first podcast. I don't know if we're going to be doing this every week. Hopefully we are. I like to talk to our podcast listeners as well, because you're just as special as our listeners live.
I was about to say that they might be more special because they've sought us out.
Yes.
They've downloaded us and taken us with them wherever they're going. But that's then saying that our listeners on air are not as special and that everyone's special.
We can get people to listen and we can force them. They don't have the excuse that they're going out on Friday night like everyone else who is cool and
Who
we're
has
not.
a life.
So I will stop talking now because I don't normally talk this much, although it's probably debatable. But enjoy the podcast.
90s,
Naughty.
now.
Tell me where the freak's at.
Greatest hits mixtapes.
Need Dan and Mark on 101 FM. The on-air light is active. Now.
I met up with one of my friends on the past weekend, and she was telling me about this amazing thing that no one cared about. So I wanted to wonder if I could ask you about wondering about things that you
Rambling.
get really excited about, but no one else cares. So this is her story. I don't know if she wants me to say her name, so I'll just give her. I'll call her Susie.
Susie.
Anyway, Susie was cutting up tomatoes, and apparently one of these tomatoes looked like the most amazing thing in the world. It had a really amazing pattern in there. So if someone tells you a tomato has an amazing pattern in it,
Like
what
the-
are you expecting?
Jesus.
Yeah, of course, Jesus. That's all you expect.
Like the heart in Russia, the puddle. I'll never get over that. A puddle that looks like a heart that may or may not belong to Jesus in Russia. Crazy.
I love that Russia makes it even worse.
It so does. Good old
but-
Putin, I claim that.
Anyway, she showed me the picture, and apparently she showed so many people, and sorry, Susie, but it's just a tomato. Like, it's like a tomato if a
Hang on.
tomato had a few more holes in it.
Do you personally know Susie?
Yeah, I do. I don't steal
Who's having
stories
this-
from other people's shows, Mark.
No,
That's what you're
I'm talking
telling me.
about the internet.
Oh, no.
Perhaps you were reading Susie's blog.
No, that's 5 Things. 5 Things is stolen from the internet, Mark. But yeah, and then I suggested that she shows it to some kids because maybe they'll care. But anyway, it was just not. She said I could only tell the story if I let everyone know how amazing it was. So they were her words. I thought it was rubbish.
Yeah, I got that.
What about you, Anita?
I think this happens to me a lot. I'm now feeling a lot better because it's nothing quite as ridiculous as a tomato. However, I get like super excited over like Broadway information or stuff like that, and I'll say this stuff particularly at work because that's where I spend most of my life. And I get these blank looks.
Yeah,
from
the one
like,
I'm giving you now.
Yeah, like that, and it's like, but Adina Menzel and Tay Diggs and
If you spend enough time around her, you pick up. Like, first time, Adele Nazim, never heard of her, right?
Adina Menzel.
And then she was in
and
Frozen.
I could say that before Frozen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I get really worked up about that sort of thing. Or it'll be like, oh my God, like this particular production company is doing a version of Next to Normal or something. And I get these looks of, and it's like, oh my God, that was an off-Broadway thing that became a Broadway thing. That is, yeah, I get it.
How don't you know all of this?
How? I know. How can you not know?
I'm the same. I'm just niche film. Like, so obviously I came back last year and was going on about Boyhood, and I've just stopped telling people about it because I honestly think I'm the only person that enjoyed it.
Oh, really? I thought it was just I was the only one that hated it.
No.
I haven't seen it. I just think it's hilarious that he keeps trying to get me to watch it, and it's like, I've got a list. It's not
look
on it.
overhyped by now. But yeah, I said to Mum, watch it, and she hated it. And I've asked a few people, and I have not got a positive response, but I quite enjoyed it.
You moved on to a new movie, though, didn't you?
Yeah, this year's little niche movie is Dope.
That.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker. Exactly. Like, you're not even.
See? Yes, it's the same. It's the same blank look.
I know. You know what I'll do, Mark?
What?
I'll watch Dope and I'll tell you what I think next week.
All right.
If it's bad, maybe you won't hear me talk about it, but I'll watch it.
All right.
101 FM National News, sponsored by Step Into Training Services, Logan Central.
No, it's not.
I was waiting for it.
Every time. It may be.
Oh, it is? Are you telling me it is?
I'm not confirming it is, but I'm saying
if it was, I'd be just going, yes it is, yes it is, yes it is. I'd be so happy.
the possibility is there. A bit of quick casting news. The dad on that 70s show.
Yes.
Oh, he's more than just the dad on that 70s show. He was some big character in Star Trek, wasn't he?
Oh, apparently.
What? He has a weird name.
Kurtwood Smith.
That's right.
Yeah, the Smith's not so much, but Kurtwood. How about that for a first name? He's doing Agent Carter Season 2.
Is he some big angry corporal or general or runs the whole show? 'Cause that's who he always plays.
He works in the Office of the War Department.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Over on NBC, they're making a Wizard of Oz series, but it's dark and gritty, Batman Dark Knight style. They've got Kingpin from Daredevil, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Good old Vinny.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah. So Vinny's going to be the wizard. Spoilers.
Vinny the Wiz.
What?
Vinny the Wiz.
Yeah, Vinny. Sorry, that was way funnier than it should have been. Gilmore Girls. Anyone here watch that?
I watched it. I did watch it, but I didn't watch it by choice.
yeah, it was on as you walked by. They're going to redo it. Lauren Graham, Lorelai.
The little girl.
No, the older one.
Oh, okay.
She did 6 series of Ron Howard's Parenthood. That's going to a wrap. Netflix is like, all right, let's get this going, and we're going to get new episodes of Gilmore Girls.
It's weird though. They have a weird structure because it's 4 episodes and 90 minutes each. What? Just do a full series. Don't do mini movies.
Are you joking? Is
No.
Gilmore Girls going down the Sherlock route?
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's weird, eh?
Wow, okay. Well, look, you know more than me on that one. And good news here. Julie Andrews has given her blessing to the Mary Poppins sequel. Only, even better good news, it's not a sequel.
It's a prequel.
Yeah, I reported about a month ago that it's supposed to be a sequel. It's not a prequel either. There were 7 or 8 books by Frank L. Baum. That's the guy. I'm looking to you. You're my
It was
literary
written by a
guide.
woman.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, Miss Travers. Then I don't know. I've been across.
She lived in Australia. She was an Australian.
Did she?
She up north, Queensland.
Ah, it was the 30s, eh? What?
I don't want to sit in this room anymore.
Get out.
Well, long story short, he said, we have enormous respect for the first one, and we're not doing a reboot. We're not doing a sequel. We're just gonna
Go with the books.
Yeah. So I think that's
It's about time somebody did something original.
crazy.
101 FM National News, sponsored by Step Into Training Services, Logan Central.
Yes, it is. So Dan, I dropped something the other day.
I'll get it for you if you want.
Oh, I know it might be a 2-person lift.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $42 million.
What?
Yeah.
Are you giving? Did you find $42 million?
No, I lost it.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, I invested in Yahoo's original content.
Oh, what was it? Was it the stupid space one?
No, well, it's all their original content, including the space one, which was from Paul Feig, the...
I think he
Ghostbusters
touched the
guy.
first episode and then he went home.
Okay. Well, they're calling it Paul Feig's sci-fi
it's
comedy.
not.
It's not. Also, a series called Sin City Saints, a Las Vegas-based NBA team.
Yep, sounds awful.
Skip. And Community Season 6.
You know what? This is really making me think that Yahoo is actually run by Yahoo Serious. These ideas are just ridiculous.
I thought Yahoo was run by Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, Ike Jeeves.
Oh, he's really gone up in the world, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. I thought he always ran it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just stupid.
That's who I asked. That's
That's
Do
who I
you
asked.
ask Yahoo, where's Jeeves?
Where's Jeeves?
Yeah, and then...
What did you do to Jeeves?
Does Google even have Google Answers? I don't know. It's a ridiculous premise anyway. GTA, there's a great guy out there, and he gets the main character of Grand Theft Auto, and he replaces him as different things. Last time it was Iron Man. This
Yeah.
time it's the Hulk.
Oh,
So, I don't know. What's his name? Dimitri or something?
I
it was
don't know.
Dimitri
A
in
lot of
number
people.
4.
Oh, the character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No idea.
there's like 3 alternate ones.
Who knows, hey?
Yeah.
You do, but no idea. Anyway, you can turn him into the Hulk, which I think was worth mentioning.
Do they actually get angry and then go into the Hulk full size?
No idea, man.
No, okay.
But assumedly.
Yeah,
Didn't
I'm just
that
going to
far
say
into
in
it.
my head they do.
yeah.
Yeah. You lived the dream. Gorilla Grodd's coming back to Flash?
Yep. Oh, is that the Mark Hamill guy?
No, that's the Trickster. But he's also coming back. Basically anything that worked in season 1's coming back. So, both of those. Kingsman got a date. You remember they were arguing whether or not Taron Egerton goes to Knights of the Round Table or Kingsman. Well, Kingsman won the court battle, and they've set a June release date, which means they've got 20 times more confidence in it than the original.
So, June 2016.
17.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Sorry to get your hopes up there.
The Sandman, Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, this one's kind of been taking its time.
In and out. Scripts done. Hopefully shoot next year. Maybe no promises. We'll get back to you. And this is something that really interested me. YouTube has launched a subscription-based service. No ads, $10 a month.
It's not going to work. It's like when they tried Twitch for a bit, which was you could watch people play games streaming.
Yeah.
And it just canned because they get it in way too late and they can never do it as well as the original. Like Netflix has been around for what, 5 years? It feels like it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
In America at least.
In America, yeah.
They started off in DVD rentals.
Yeah.
Netflix, yeah.
But then when they went to the internet, YouTube should have tried to rip them off straight away.
Yes, it left it too long. It was like it was testing the waters to see what was going to happen, and now there's a whole bunch of competition out there. It's like, too late, dude.
Yeah.
You missed the boat.
Hulu is supposed to be the one that's really rivaling it.
Yeah, they're looking to get that in Australia next year.
And as long as, it doesn't do a Netflix, they give
Do a
us like
Netflix.
this much, like tiny itty bitty bit of the content, because
Yeah.
I'm really hating that. I'm really hating that we're paying pretty much equivalent to what the States pay.
Oh, we're actually getting it cheaper.
A little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Not a lot. And we're losing a lot of content.
But that's the hassles of living in Australia.
Don't get
tell
me
you.
started.
Yeah.
Talk to your communications minister about it. Oh, wait.
I'd like to talk to my communications minister. Yeah.
Now you're Prime Minister.
Meet Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Australian band The Rubens with Hoops. Current hit.
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Thanks for that, Mark. Mark said he'd pad for me while I get my segment ready, but he just said the name of the song. But don't worry, I was ready.
Hey, don't throw me in the deep end here. I said, I'll pad, and you're like, nah, I got this. And I'm like, okay,
Oh.
all right. Now we've padded, you got your stuff up?
Oh, had it up the whole time. Would you rather be able to tell extremely funny jokes but not be able to tell a good story, or amazing stories that are utterly void of humour? So...
You can't ask me that.
I'd like to tell
You've
amazing
broken me.
stories void of humour because I could tell something like, what's the first book ever written? Ulysses? Odyssey?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that.
It's probably something like rock, smash, fire.
No. It's like
And
from
this
the
is how the
10th
game
century. People always talk about it.
All right.
Iliad.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Iliad.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh no, that was boring.
I'd say Lord of the Rings is pretty void of humour, but it's an amazing story.
Yeah, but it does have cute little moments. in
You,
it
are you
if
thinking of the
slog through
movies,
it.
though?
No,
Okay.
I think Lord of the Rings is a...
it has
Good
moments. You
story.
really
yeah,
have
it's
to.
no, it's amazing.
I don't think
no,
it's an amazing
No,
story.
it's a bloody classic, Meg.
The-
It's what I said, but
Okay,
you know
boys.
what I meant.
I'm going with the stories thing too, but
Oh, so both stories.
yeah.
I'm with you, but this is one of those ones that splits you right down the middle. 50% of people said funny, 50% said stories. Would you rather be able to only talk in Jaden Smith tweets or Justin Bieber lyrics?
Oh, I'd rather be dead.
What do you mean?
Not
All I need is a Beauty and the Beat. Where are you now?
Oh, Mark. So ahead of me. Someone just commented after everyone's comment. So say someone said...
Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. Someone said on this question, oh, but that would be so hard. And then this person would go, but how would that be so hard if so hard never existed?
Yeah. And he does like little mini movies before someone does film clips, so can you use them? Like, you know, the third one they kill in Kill Bill, spoilers. The guy, Bill. No, Bill's brother.
I don't know.
I
haven't
think we've
seen
gotten
Kill
off
Bill.
topic.
Well,
I'm
he's
not-
in one of them.
I can't. I really would rather be dead.
Oh,
I can't
you
answer
can't.
that. No.
You have to choose.
What was the other
Okay,
option?
well, which one?
Jaden Smith tweets. That's what I was talking about when I was telling
Yeah.
everything.
No,
See, I
his
thought that
vocabulary
was-
is too
I got what you were talking about.
too rubbish.
Actually, I'm going to go with Jaden Smith because that
At least sometimes people would laugh at you. The other times they would just
no,
shut the door in your face all the time.
yeah.
Baby, 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 baby. You could only talk to babies.
And someone else would have to write that for me so I knew what I was talking about.
Well, 78% of people chose Jaden Smith tweets.
Yeah, as they should.
Would you rather be extremely happy half the time and incredibly depressed the other half, or always feel mediocre?
No, peaks and valleys.
Peaks and valleys.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. There's another pretty dividing one, though. 48% of people said extremely happy and then depressed, and the other 52 said feeling mediocre.
I just wanted to say that you pretty much described a normal work week for me.
For a lot of people.
Down.
It's like, work, home, work, home.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I did the wrong
You did it the wrong
intonations,
way.
yeah. Work, home, work, home. Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
You know what I mean, yeah. Would you rather only be able to watch... This is actually quite an easy one for Mark and I, but I'd like to see your answer, Anita. Would you rather only be able to watch horror movies or TV shows as a kid, or kids' movies, TV shows as an adult?
But what?
So if you're
So
a kid...
do you get adult content when you're adult?
No, you can
No,
only
you
watch
only
kids'
get
shows.
kid content.
But we're safe, Mark. We can just watch... This is the only time I'll admit Doctor Who is a kids' show.
Okay, kid content.
As an adult?
Yep. I'm counting Harry Potter in there.
Harry Potter's definitely in there.
Excellent. I'm safe.
Mockingbird, Hunger
The
Games.
Avengers. If the Avengers counts as
Gay.
youth, yeah, I'm
Defended
safe.
$1 billion franchise.
I think they're fine, Mark. 68% of people. This is a really surprising one. Chose the horror movies as a kid. So
They obviously haven't given it enough thought.
I think that's just the internet for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather find out your parents have heard and can hear all of your private conversations?
No. Anything
Or-
else.
Oh no, I don't want to know what the or is.
Or have to listen to all of your parents' private conversations.
No, I'd rather listen to their conversations.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That you know what
Yeah.
that says? You guys have very awkward private conversations.
Yes.
Are you
I would
joking? You're
definitely-
part of half
Yes.
of them.
You're actually, yeah, you know some of the stuff.
I'd still choose the first one.
No.
Because,
Nope.
some private
I-
conversations don't have many words in them. Anyway, I think I can't even see how small the first choice is. 18% of people would rather have their parents listen to them, and while 82% of people want to listen to their parents' conversations.
Okay.
So that was probably one of the hardest would you rathers I've ever done.
That really was.
Meet Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Yeah.
Neat Dan and Mark for Logan City's 101 FM. Can't Sleep Love, the first original song from YouTube group Pentatonics.
I love that. It's really catchy and their voices are just amazing.
Banging tune. But we can't agree anymore.
No?
No. We're now opponents.
Oh, we're opponents.
So-
Yes.
All right.
Grr.
Who wants to play a questionnaire?
All right, so intense music on.
Yep.
You're up first.
Yep.
Yep. I'm pausing for dramatic effect.
Yep.
I
Sorry,
think
I'll stop
Eddie
now.
can be pretty satisfied that he's got his job set.
What? Sorry? What?
I also think that
That-
other radio people can be pretty satisfied that their job's set. We're no
Yes.
threats.
We're no threat
Oh, like,
to a certain
I'm just having a casual Friday, guys. Like,
casual Friday.
chill.
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay, so you chose Tom Hiddleston. We better get down to it. Let's start with fun one. On Google News today, which of these headlines isn't there? A. Elizabeth Moss confirms that she needs to get a better name. Tom Hiddleston is good at everything. B. The Tom Hiddleston nude scene in Crimson Peak wasn't his first. Celebrate accordingly. I haven't seen it. Is there a nude scene in it?
Yes.
C. Benedict
Tasteful.
Cumberbatch. What?
It's tasteful.
Oh, I'm sure it is. He's British. C. Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hiddleston have been turned into vintage Shanghai adverts. Or D. Tom Hiddleston's Hank Williams biopic is an early Oscar favourite. Which of those is not true?
Now, what was the first one again?
Elizabeth Moss confirms Tom Hiddleston is good at everything.
I'm going to say that one.
No, sorry.
No, really?
Oh yeah, that was true. He is out of his film is not eligible for an Oscar. He just missed the dates
Oh, well.
because there's like this 2-week overlap period where it's stupid. Number 2, which of these horse-based movies has Tom Hiddleston appeared in?
Yeah.
Warhorse, Seabiscuit, Cowgirls and Angels, or Saddle Club's Friend Forever 3, Saddle Club Goes to London.
Is that a real one?
No, of course it's not.
Warhorse.
Yes, well done.
Yes.
Well done.
I really want to make that movie now.
Get writing. You'll have it done by the end of the show.
Yeah, 3 ponies already written down.
Good luck reuniting the 30-something Saddle Club cast.
We'll cast new ones. It's so good.
Tom Hiddleston has done a couple of those pompous period pieces for TV and a bit of voice work for Family Guy and Robot Chicken. Next year is his biggest foray yet, with a miniseries produced by the BBC and to air on AMC. That's the channel behind Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead. So it's like a really intense project, right? It's going to collaborate with Britain's sweetheart Olivia Colman, who's in everything but the kitchen sink, and all-around legend Hugh Laurie.
Sorry, is this nerd news or
yeah,
trivia?
Yeah, it sounds a lot like nerd news, but go on.
What is the show called?
Oh, yeah.
And the award for longest question ever goes to...
There was a lot of good information there. A, the day manager, B, the dusk manager, C, the night manager, or D, Hiddleston, Coleman and Laurie. No more Frizy, quick QI, and we are cross at him. Maybe Atkinson for some sort of Blackadder pun, but I don't have a joke to fit that right now.
I think it might be D.
Those are the sounds of struggle.
Yeah, I've gotten one right. I'm not going to fail completely. I'm going to go with the dusk manager.
No, the night manager, sorry.
See, that sounded right, but then I went, no, he's trying to trick me. So, oh well.
Yeah. Tom Hiddleston was kind enough to lend his vocal talent to the console game tie-in for Thor: The Dark World, for a price, obviously. Though between you and me, I didn't know that there was a console tie-in. I don't think it was released in Australia.
I haven't seen it.
Totally missed it. Nevertheless, Tom got his paycheck for voicing which character? Thor, Loki, Odin, or Nick Fury, complete with Samuel L. Jackson's infamous "Let Snakes on a Plane" line.
Nick Fury. I'm going to say Loki, and I know that it's a trick question, isn't it?
No, it's right.
Oh, woohoo!
Yeah, well done.
What the hell? Where was the question that was that easy last week with Deadpool, Mark?
No. Move on, Dan.
Yep,
And you were saying that you're a bit of a theatre fan?
I am.
And Tom Hiddleston's done a bit of theatre.
He has.
Which of these roles has Tom Hiddleston performed on Broadway? Was he Cassio in Othello? Was he Sebastian in The Twelfth Night? Was he Macbeth in Macbeth? Or was he both Rizzo and Janet in a bipolar mashup of Grease and the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Oh my God, I want to see that. That again, the brilliant ideas. He was in Othello.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
well
he was,
done.
yeah.
3 out of 5.
Woohoo! I am above average.
Excellent.
Yay!
Yay. We'll be back in about an hour. I chose Macklemore. So
Yes, you did.
I'm going to
And you're going to hate me.
Oh, I am worried, to be honest.
Who wants to play a questionnaire?
Okay, so you have to beat 3 out of 5.
Yes.
Your topic tonight is Macklemore.
Yes. Did you include Brian Lewis questions?
I did.
Hey, he's not Macklemore without Ryan Lewis.
Exactly.
Be honest.
Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah. I feel so bad about this. You said they're super hard.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm still riding off a wave of football.
You said general knowledge. Football counts.
You did it deliberately because you didn't want me to beat you. Anyway.
NRL semi-finals.
You admitted it.
I swear that was like 2 months ago.
I'm not here every week. So, number 1. Macklemore worked at the Seattle Zoo, where he took money from the register to put towards music, a record store, and as a mall cop in Seattle's largest mall, where he busked on his lunch breaks. B, a security guard in a juvenile prison, where he taught the kids music and writing raps.
No.
C, a security guard at a now defunct independent record label. Or D, Disneyland, where he dressed up as Goofy and pickpocketed from unsuspecting tourists.
A or C, but let's go A.
He was the security guard in a juvenile prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he taught the kids raps.
Yeah.
They would have just thought he was the dweebiest security guard there.
Yeah.
Even though he's still pretty young. It's like, go away, old man.
Yeah, these
I've
are
knifed
tough
a guy
kids,
for
that's
worse,
right.
for less.
Okay, number 2. Before Ryan teamed up with Macklemore, this is Ryan Lewis.
Yes.
Before Ryan Lewis teamed up with Macklemore, he was in a heavy metal band.
Oh, God.
What was that band's name? Was it A, Schemer, B, Screamer, C, Screecher, or D, Ryan Lewis featuring someone unheard of? No, wait, come to think of it, nobody's heard of any of us at this point.
Don't scream all
B.
at once.
Bom, bom. It was Schemer.
Ugh.
Really not impressed, are you, Mark?
3. Macklemore sold drugs when he was how old to help buy recording equipment for music?
Macklemore never sold drugs, he's a saint.
Was it A, 14, B, 15, C, 16, D, last week, so 32?
15.
He was 14, which is really young, and that's kind of sad. Oh, I'm really sorry, Mark.
Let's see if you can beat my score at least from last week, Mark. What was it again?
Wait,
0?
Remember, I love you. Macklemore is exactly 2 days short of being 2 years older than me. What does that make his birthday? That's month, date, and year. This is not multiple choice. And before you complain, I will say just one word: football.
Oh, that is not actually quite harsh because you should know Anita's birthday.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how bitter she is about the football question.
Because you know I hate football and don't follow it at all. Anyway.
Not to this degree.
Yes, you do. I've told you a number of times.
Anyway, so what, 2 days after your birthday?
No, he's exactly 2 days short of being 2 years older than me.
Oh,
which means 2 years before and
You're
2
23rd
days
of
after.
June, aren't you?
Pardon?
23rd of June?
I can't tell you that.
Well, I'm submitting that.
So his birthday would be what?
And then... Oh, God. So he's short?
I'm
like
sure-
that
take a
works
guess.
into
I don't
his
know.
age.
I use a date calculator for this rubbish. Just Google it. So let's go 21st of June, 1960. No.
Mark, you know
82.
Oh,
82.
So close. It's 19th of June, 1983.
Oh,
Yeah, very close.
yeah.
And number
Right
5.
ballpark. Right star sign.
Number 5. Football. Macklemore got married to his now wife, Trisha, on the very first day following the U.S. Supreme Court's monumental ruling that same-sex marriage was to be legalized across the entire United States this year. What date does that make his wedding anniversary? Also, not multiple choice because football.
Oh, 1st of January.
What?
I don't know. I seriously just have zero idea.
June 27.
Okay.
Sorry, Mark.
Meet Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Things. Number 1. If we ever wrote a biography, it would be probably called Anita Mark This Dan Thing. Anita Mark This Dan Thing.
Ah.
Don't worry, it was...
No, come on.
Oh, you want a better one?
No, like, what's the reference? What's the pun?
I need to mark this damn thing.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you.
Your segment on biographies.
Yeah, I wanted to find the funniest autobiography titles because they have such
But some clever,
interesting
witty
names.
ones.
Yeah. For example, Arnold Schwarzenegger called his Total Recall.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Tori Spelling called hers Storytelling, and it's
Bye, Dad.
yeah, S, capital T, capital O, capital R, capital I, telling.
Yeah.
This one is just a really nice one. You probably won't know who this is. He's an actor from a few years ago called Oscar Levant, but his autobiography was called The Memoirs of an Amnesiac, and I thought that was really good.
That's clever.
Simon
On
Pegg,
Days of Our Lives?
a bit before that time. Why, is it just every actor you don't know is on Days of Our Lives?
No, everyone
I know
who's
this
ever
one.
had
It was on Days of Our
amnesia.
Lives.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Simon Pegg was always going to have a good one, and his is called Nerd Do Well.
But he's not done yet.
I wish that.
Ne'er-do-well. That's wonderful.
I wish I thought of that. I wish I could have got that one.
We need to go back in time. Oh, that.
Oh, coming up later.
Yeah.
Jo Brand, who's a British comedian. You may not have heard of her either, but she's noted for... she's a bit of a larger woman and she makes a lot of jokes about it. So her one was called Look Back in Hunger.
Oh, that appeals.
And it also makes sense as well because hunger actually makes you angry.
Yes, it does.
Richard Branson, of course, he called his Losing My Virginity. Although, news, I didn't know that Virgin has gone under.
Huh?
Did you know that?
No.
Wait, is that a legit story or was that
No.
just a follow-up on your pun?
That was a follow-up on the
Yeah,
pun.
good. You did it too convincingly.
Bette Midler, of course she was going to have a good one as well. She called hers A View from Abroad. A View from
Yes.
Abroad. Very nice, very nice. Now, I'm not going to tell you who Ron Jeremy is, but if you know who he is, this one will make a lot of sense.
I know.
If you Google him, don't press images, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, don't do it.
His autobiography is called The Hardest Brackets Working Man in Show Business. The Hoff has got to have a good one because he's called The Hoff.
Because he's called the Hoff.
And it was called Don't Hassle the Hoff. Yes. Which is great. But the winner, this has got to be the winner. Gene Simmons has called his Kiss and Makeup.
That's awesome.
That is absolutely perfect.
I want to read it.
I just want to look at it for days. Look at the cover.
I want to look at it.
All right, number 2. I tell you, some chicks on Twitter talk some real rubbish. So, before you go calling me misogynist, this is a story that an actual chicken...
Yeah, I know this one.
Yeah,
yes.
it's a great story. Or chook, as we call them in Australia. Because it's an Australian story, has started its... Well, it hasn't started its own Twitter page, but someone has given its own Twitter page. Guess how many followers it has, Mark?
7 million.
I mean, there's always going to be either you're going to guess way too low to make me sound stupid or guess way too high. And of course you went for way too high. But it's got about 32,500.
Oh, well, that's okay.
But I like the punchline for it is that it's owned, or rather it's the spokes chicken for a chicken like a chicken fast food type.
Stealth marketing.
Yeah.
But one day, what happens if the chicken stops typing?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Nom nom nom.
And the thing is that's crazy about this, it's only... So they've had this Twitter account for a fair while, but the chicken has only been tweeting on there since the 8th of October, and it's got 30,000 followers already. But all it does is just tap away at the keyboard, so it's random. And the thing that I love about this story is they're going for a world record, which is the first chicken to send a tweet. But the only way they can get that is it has to tweet an actual 5-letter word. And it's not quite made it. It's only made a 4-letter word.
Oh, no.
But if you know what it is, Twitter's pretty funny for about 10 minutes and then you get over it. But I had some fun looking at... Do you want to know their Twitter account?
Sure.
It's at chicken tweet. Sorry, at chicken treat, and the hashtag is hashtag chicken tweet because...
Yep.
Rhymes.
Haha.
We may have spoiled what we're going to talk about in the next one.
Sorry.
A fair bit, but I think if you don't know what it is, this music might be a clue.
Not that bad.
This music.
Huey Lewis and the News, The Power of Love, the soundtrack to Back to the Future. It was nominated for an Oscar, Best Original Song.
It deserves it. It should have won, I reckon. Returning to 5 things, number 3. According to a survey, the group of Americans with the most knowledge of religion are atheists and agnostic people.
That makes sense.
Number 4. Do we even need to do number 4? Should we just go to Back to the Future? I'm so excited.
Quickly power through it.
All right,
What
number
is
4. Some news stories bring out a whole new meaning to the word man-child. Someone in the UK has made a kid's car the size of a man's car so a man can drive it on the road. Number 5. Now that the 21st is gone, we can look back to the Future, which was set in the past, so I was looking forward to the future, which was the present, but now it is the past. So, here's some great facts for Back to the Future. I had so much fun looking at these. I probably spent a little too much time on this, but I'll give you as many as I can. So the script was rejected over 40 times by every major studio, and some of them more than once.
Wow.
So what does it say about a lot of movies that haven't been made? Because this is a classic.
Yeah.
And yet, they keep making like remakes of things that probably shouldn't have remakes.
Exactly. I don't know. In one of the earlier drafts, Doc actually said, maybe this is one of the reasons it was rejected. In one of the earlier drafts, Doc had a pet chimpanzee, and the head of Universal, he was anti-chimpanzee, and he said, I looked it up, and no movie with a chimpanzee has ever made any money. And I think he has a fair point.
I'm sorry. I am anti-chimpanzee. Is that like how he markets himself? I
don't know.
Anti-chimpanzee.
It's just how the website that I read it from wrote
okay.
it. I would say less happy about chimpanzees. I wouldn't say anti. They're also worried that the film was going to be shunned by people because it had the word future in it, which I don't know why. So they wanted to change...
They were calling everything like the Vacuum 2000 back then.
Yeah, but they weren't calling it the Future Vacuum 2000.
Well, they should have called it Back to the 2000, which would have made no sense.
Yeah, back to the 2015,
Yeah.
October the 21st.
But only the sequel.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one's back to the 1985, which is where they start.
And
but anyway.
The title's not as fun then either.
No.
But they wanted to change it to Spaceman from Pluto, which sounds so bad. Sounds like a B-grade movie.
It was not a
it really
spaceman,
does.
and they went from Pluto.
Exactly. Very good point.
These are all very valid observations.
This is a pretty cool cameo. In Back to the Future 2, when he goes into that future cafe, it's called the 80s. call the 80s.
80s, yep.
There's a little kid playing a machine, and he's like, because it's one of those retro machines or an 80s machine. He's like, you have to use your hands.
Are you going to tell me who the kid is?
Do you know who the kid is?
I do. It's Elijah Wood.
Yes. He doesn't actually have a line. He's just the kid's friend, but you can tell it's him. He pretty much looks the same.
He was a child star, though, wasn't he?
This was his first big movie. So if he was a child star, it's because of this movie.
Yeah, but you know how Shia LaBeouf did Holes? I swear he had something like that.
Okay.
Maybe. Who knows?
Bob Gale, so he's the screenwriter. He actually got a letter from John DeLorean who said, "Thank you for keeping my dream alive."
Oh, that's sweet.
It's really nice.
Pepsi invested millions into keeping that car alive. Yeah. And there is so much Pepsi product placement throughout the movie. If you don't want a Pepsi after you've watched Back to the Future, whoa.
I think it's better as just a Back to the Future car now, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, no one associates it with it. They released, what was it, Pepsi Future, I think it was called.
Oh, really?
To coincide with the 30th. They released everything, the self-lacing shoes.
Oh, I'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, you know, when the movie starts off, the first movie, we don't actually know why Doc and Marty are friends, and it's kind of a bit weird if you think about it.
It's not that weird.
It kind of is. Well, it's not that weird if I give you the story. So this is the story according to Bob Gale. So Marty snuck into Doc's lab and was fascinated by all the cool stuff that was there. So when Doc found him there, he was delighted to find that Marty thought he was cool and accepted him for what he was. So then because both of them were the black sheep of their family, Doc gave Marty a part-time job to help with the experiments and tend to the lab and tend to the dog and probably the chimpanzee that probably died before the movie, but it still existed. See, this movie just keeps getting better. And
I like that backstory, and it's what I inferred, but I wonder how many decades it took for them to come up with it.
Well, he didn't give this answer till a few years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. It's like 25th anniversary, they're still bringing it up. Oh, I really should fill in that gap.
And finally, I wanted to go through all the predictions they made and see if they've come true or not. But before, I want to say what Robert Zemeckis had to say about predictions, because he didn't really like predictions. So he said this when someone asked him about it. He said, "I don't really like films that try to predict the future. So rather than try to make a scientifically sound prediction that we are probably going to get wrong anyway, we thought we'd just try and make it funny."
Yeah.
It's fair enough. And they've actually kind of got half of them right.
Yeah, sorry, just before you dive in, did you see the clip of Doc Brown? He goes, "It's now 2015, and I know that we didn't get everything right, but the future isn't written, so make it a good one," which is, of course, a direct quote from the movie, but it was like the sweetest thing they did for it.
Yeah, there was an ad for the new DVD release, but it was still nice, yeah. So these are what in the Back to the Future 2, the first few minutes. So we got hoverboards.
Yep.
Kind of don't have those.
Not really. We worked on it. We got some sort of...
We worked on it and then gave up.
Magnet thing that Tony Hawk did the other day, but not too much.
Flying cars, not really either.
You know in Captain America where it kind of got off the ground and then broke? That's about what we're at.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell us you had a flying car there.
In my imagination.
Automated dog walkers, automated rubbish bins, and TV screens instead of waiters. So the first two, no. But we kind of have TV screens instead of people serving us in shops.
Yeah.
Which
They're
is
just stationary.
Yeah. It's sad, though. The famous one, automatic lace-up shoes, which, Mark... We're getting close to those. Yeah,
it's happened twice. It happened for the 25th anniversary and then again yesterday, but they were auctioned off for charity. So they exist, they work, but they're probably crazy expensive. I think the original pair went for something like $45,000.
What?
Yeah.
But it was all donated to someone with cancer or something, so it's okay.
Someone with cancer or something. Parkinson's. But I did see a...
that'd be more appropriate.
I did see a really touching video on YouTube of Michael J. Fox trying on a pair of the self-lacing shoes, and it was just... It brought tears to my eyes. It really did. It was just...
It's
beautiful.
a lot... That story is a very nice story because Nike actually gave him the first pair, but they're planning on selling them, and all the profit is going to go to Parkinson's.
To Parkinson's research, yeah.
We got biometrics, which is like fingerprint and eye identification.
Use it to log into work every day.
Dust repellent paper, why? Why do
That
we
just
even
sounds
use it?
stupid. Use your iPad.
Electronic eyewear. Google Glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dehydrated food. No.
No. Lean cuisine.
Yes, that's exactly it. I'll add that. I'll give them a tick for that. Plasma TVs, which what a win that was.
Slam dunk, yeah.
Video calls, another one.
Yep.
And Jaws 19.
Close enough.
Well, you say close enough. Universal actually released a video a few weeks ago for this, which was really funny. It was a trailer for Jaws 19, but instead of really being a trailer, they just list what happened in all the other ones, and some of them just sound so ridiculous and actually better than the actual sequels. So if you're bored, look up Jaws 19 on YouTube.
Spielberg's underrated masterpiece.
Michael Spielberg, his son.
Oh, really?
In the movie, yeah, he's directed.
Oh, awesome. Okay, happy Back to the Future Day for yesterday.
It was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday, yeah.
Meet Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Thanks for swinging by.
You know, it's our job, but whatever. I mean, we don't get paid, but you said you'd pay me one day, didn't you?
I told you I had some biscuits in the kitchen.
Yeah. I still
haven't seen the biscuits.
I will not give you biscuits.
Yeah, see?
Dog biscuit. No, that's
What? That was so mean. That was
it was
going
too mean.
so well.
It was too mean.
Okay.
I wasn't talking about you, Anita.
Now I'm
going
to have to get us some with it. All right. Aeronaut?
I think that's a perfect note to end it on, I swear.
Like the show? Like